All right. We are now live for session 3.
Woo!
And I even added some stuff here, thanks to Nikki over there. Everything's slowly coming together.
It does look nice.
You get to grow with us and learn with us.
Pretty much.
The real adventure was the graphics we made along the way.
That's the true adventure.
Ooh, that is fancy looking.
I sometimes do cool things.
Only sometimes.
Only sometimes.
Every
There
now
are
and then.
other times I fall going up the stairs, so. Or, yeah, going up the stairs.
That takes skill. Don't ever let anybody tell you it doesn't.
That's true.
It does take skill to be an extremely clumsy person.
All right, so you guys want to recap from the last session?
Yeah.
Take it away.
I guess I spoke, so I guess I volunteered myself. But when we started last session, we were finally headed back to the village, this time to actually investigate it and not get sidetracked. We asked around, heard that there was a farmstead up ahead that had been quarantined, so we were going there. But because Ula still had detect magic on, we were able to see some little critters moving around in the dirt, and we captured one and learned it was all spiders all along. So with our little spider prisoner, we continued on to the house. We shored up that jar, though, to make sure the spider didn't tear through it with some kind of supernatural strength. We found the house. We split up to search for clues, kind of. Daniel and Key went inside the house to see what's going on in there. Ula stayed by the front door to guard, and then Jewel went off to survey the grounds. Real creepy inside, very sticky, very dark. We found a jammed door. We opened it. We found the desiccated, near mummified corpses of the previous family, frozen in a scene of the father bringing a knife down on the rest of the family, and their bodies just filled with spiders. At the same time, a bunch of spiders dropped down on Ula, too. Meanwhile, Jewel was just off in a field picking strawberries as we survival horror our way out. We failed several checks, but Key came through and shielded us, and we got the spiders off Ula. We healed her up. We reconvened everyone, and we decided, fuck it, let's burn the house down. Except that check was also failed. And you might wonder, how do you fail an attack against a house? Well, you set all of the grass around it on fire. We started a minor wildfire. After a few failed attempts to put that out, Key once again came to our rescue and just snuffed it with another barrier spell. And we did eventually burn the house. We didn't pay any attention to the sounds inside. Ula definitely didn't hear humans screaming from the occupants of the family. They were definitely dead. They were not. It's fine. They weren't alive. They were already killed by the spiders. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, definitely did not hear anything like that.
Yeah, it's all fine. Anyway, with that, we wanted to get out of here because it was getting dark, and we learned that the spiders don't like sunlight. And we headed back to the apothecary, and our little goblin friend Karn mentioned that he had seen spiders like this before from the red spears They have a magic user that creates them. So we are potentially going to go deal with some bandits.
Yes, we're in search of
Goblin
Tick.
ones.
Goblin bandits. Maybe. I don't know if there are other species in the Red Spears.
I don't know. Garnt made it sound like it was goblins, but this Garnd has not given me any reason not to trust him.
Hey, I love Garnd, okay? Garnd's amazing.
I know.
Alright, so we'll start off with, yeah, you guys are... Wake up the next morning, there's food already on the table.
Cramson's going to eat. He will never say no to a free meal.
Same with Key, especially since it's probably not gruel, so she's gonna eat whatever.
Ula is very hungry.
Is our little goblin buddy around still?
Yeah.
Key will just kind of ask him where was the last, village that he knew that the Red Spears were located.
The last one was ours.
And that was recent, correct?
Yeah, I was running from them when you guys came and helped me.
So they're nearby.
And you could give us directions to your village. The trail might still be fresh.
Yeah, I can show you.
Thank you.
Should
That'll
Key
be
pull
most
out her Key pulls out her really crudely drawn map from before. Oops.
I see you hung on to that. Really, not my best work, obviously, but when you're under such time pressures, you can only create such a level of masterpiece.
So, based on this, which direction should we go?
So Garden kind of looks at it. See him kind of he takes it from me. I show you.
Thanks, Garn. We do appreciate it.
Yeah, strangely missing is Dwala. She's nowhere nearby.
Garnd, what happened to Dwala?
She leave.
When?
Sometime last night.
Did she leave us any messages?
No?
On that dissection tray where she was taking apart the spider we captured, its body is still there, right? It's still a corpse?
Yep. Yeah, it's think like a insect collector. I mean, it's got pins everywhere. Its legs are pinned out. She's got to kind of cut open. And yeah, it's still there. It's been cleaned, so there's no like venom or blood anywhere around it. She's got like little vials of some of the venom and the blood that she could collect.
And they're still there. She didn't take them with.
Correct.
Mysterious, but does anyone think we had the time to investigate?
Yeah, Jewel was wondering with her forbidden knowledge skills if she could pick anything out from the spider, knowing that it had been magically altered. She might take some time to study it if we have time this morning before we run off.
Yeah, if you want to give me let's say a hard forbidden.
Key will help you because she also has forbidden knowledge.
Okay, that will give you a boost.
Not bad.
So, like last week, we're gonna get all the good rolls out of the way, and then just have bad.
As
Pretty
soon
much.
as we enter
Sounds
combat, that's when the
about
bad rolls
right.
kick in.
Kind of, I think your camera froze too. That's okay. We got your voice. It's fine. And there it went. Hey, it's back.
Everything go right. I mean, something has to go wrong.
911's down. Camera's down. Whole world's going to hell.
The opening to an
Purge.
RPG themed horror movie.
Based on real life.
Thought that was Unfriended,
We didn't do enough role playing in Unfriended.
right? So, what are you looking for specifically?
I'm looking to see if I can tell why or how these creatures were magically altered. Like what kind of powers behind them. Anything I can learn that way about their origin.
Okay. So with that, you can tell that there's been use of blood magic. A very dark, twisted version of it. There is... Oh, I gotta look up the name of this. So there's some sort of foul blood magic mixed with transform. Likely there's some alchemy in there to help push it along.
So one more, and we have a Red Hot Chili Peppers album: Blood, Transformation, Alchemy, and
Goblins.
And transform.
I mean, obviously, the Red Spears is just a cover for the Red Hot Chili Pepper Spears.
Sponsored by Umbrella Corporation. So yeah, what do you guys want to do now?
Would it be a perception check to just scan the room to see if there's any clue that Dwala left before we leave?
Yeah, you can do about it. So you've been here enough, so give me an average perception.
Not me.
At most, let's see, the two advantage I think you really notice is her like walking stick is gone.
Well, based on the fact that she didn't wake us and Garnd seems to not be worried, I don't think we should worry about her.
She's a big girl. I'm sure she can take care of herself.
As
Well,
long as
go ahead.
long as she did not leave unwillingly, I think we're okay.
Well then, to the village, I suppose. The goblin one this time.
Okay. You see Garnd go over to one of the farther corners and kind of gather together a couple things. Comes back a little backpack. Very crude. It's more of just a blanket that's just wrapped up and wrapped around him. Okay, let's go.
Lead the way.
Okay, he heads out the door, starts heading towards his village.
As Key leaves, she kind of takes one last look around and just kind of gives a sad sigh. It was the first place she felt comfortable and at home in a very long time.
That's fine.
You act like we're never coming back.
She doesn't know that.
Hey, this is the really real world. There ain't no coming back.
Kia's lived an uncertain life.
Alright, so the walk there takes about 2.5 hours. And at one point you see some taller vegetation that leads into some woods. Not like a big forest, but decent, little area full of woods. And you see Garn kind of start to crouch down and get low and start to move really slowly. Every now and then he'll stop, kind of put his hand up, go. And just kind of drop down. You see a couple goblins just kind of walk by. Got like a red mark on their patched together armor.
Is it shaped like a chili? The red mark?
A little bit. He continues to bring you around through the woods. And then he comes to one spot where a tree had come down. He just kind of peers over it and points. Teek in there. As you look, you see, looks like a small, hastily built village that has just a bunch of little huts, and then there's one larger one that seems to be more towards the center. And there's about 6 goblins standing outside of that. Give me average perception.
She's
Okay.
not very perceptive at all.
Yeah.
You must still be a little sleepy.
So
Or
Jewel
information overload.
is the only one that notices motion inside the larger hut. Like every now and then you see somebody or something pass by one of the or the doorway, which has like a cover on it. You can just kind of see that light gets blocked out for a second.
In the central hut?
Yes.
I'll inform everybody else. Like, I'll let everybody else know what I see, that I think there's somebody in there.
Okay. See, with everybody else's advantage, you can kind of recognize almost a patrol pattern with the goblins that are roaming around. Usually it's about 2 to 3 in a group. And they kind of stagger their patrols, but you're starting to kind of notice or the route that they take. They don't seem to divert from it.
And there are 6 who are just stationary guards in front of that main hut, right?
Yes.
So is Teek, is he their leader? Do they have any other commanders other than him?
I know he leads these ones.
Well, it seems like we need some sort of distraction to lead some of them away. Anyone have any fine ideas?
Do you really think that we need a distraction?
I mean, you could probably take them. But everything's
I,
risky.
I feel
Ooh.
like I should just go in and, like, chop their heads off.
You probably can. One thing, though, we should probably try to not kill Teek, at least not right away. He may have useful information for ending whatever plague he's unleashed.
I was only gonna kill the guards.
Jules in support of Ula's plan too. She thinks that the sum of us could take these several handfuls of goblins. That's not a problem.
What about you, Key? Also in favor of charging head on?
I'll follow up on the rear as she holds up her staff. Like, yeah, I'll do what I can.
Fair enough. And then perhaps I can also provide a bit of support, and he'll pat his loot a little bit. I have some tricks I haven't showed off.
Alright. So you see Garn pull out this little rusty blade. She's like, I go too! I go too!
If you want, you're under no obligation to fight for us.
They attacked my village. So I attack them.
So be it then.
Ula just looks at Garn and she's like, I can respect that.
Key's gonna make it a point to make sure she has Garn's back, just in case. She didn't work so hard and fail so many times to have him just die now.
Alright, so what do you guys want to do?
I mean, I'm guessing we're going to wait till the patrols are as far away as possible and then launch our attack.
Okay. So you guys sit there for about another 10 minutes. You see a patrol walk by. Kind of rounds out and around. Goes into the woods a little bit. Goes back out.
How close are they coming to us?
From where you guys are at, they're about 10 feet. What they're doing is basically when they're walking along kind of right on the wood line. Just kind of not like peering in, looking, searching for anything in the woods, but just like glancing in, see what they notice anything, then just keep moving.
They're terrible lookouts.
Sometimes, yeah.
They don't get paid enough to search the brush for their adventurers.
Well, I have an idea. We could try to lure this first group into the trees. And that might cause less commotion and suspicion. And then we can take out the other group and go visit Teek.
Fair enough. Do we know if the sounds of battle will carry to the village, though? We're fairly close.
Do we care?
They could run.
If we do it in the right spot, we can bottleneck them as they're coming to find us.
Either way, we're overthinking it a bit. I'll follow your lead.
Hold on. Let me overthink this. We all need that t-shirt. All right, is there Ula's going to pick up something fairly heavy, branch, rock, something that she can kind of just throw to make some noise to get their attention.
Okay. Yeah, that shouldn't be too hard. So yeah, as the next group is coming along, you wait about another 10 minutes. And are you going to throw it when they're closer by, or...
Yeah, I want to do it when they're closer by to attract, to attract their attention.
Okay. Right. Yeah, as they're coming by, just pick up like a branch, throw it at them. Give me let's say an easy, like ranged attack with a setback.
What's the setback for?
You're in the woods throwing a stick. You're trying to get their attention, but
I'm not trying to hit them. I'm literally just trying to make noise to get them to come in to the woods.
I know.
Okay.
They really aren't paid enough to go investigate the woods. If I don't see it, it's not my problem.
Pretty much. If it's not coming at us, doesn't matter.
I got 10 minutes until I punch out. The next patrol can deal with this.
Alright. So yeah, you throw the branch, it bounces off a couple of the trees, and lands in some of the brush right by them. But all they hear is the noise coming through the woods. They both yelp out, spin, pull their blades, and start just scanning the woodline. Let's see.
All right. Just are we within like what medium range of this, or what's like how far away are they?
Oh, you're within short range.
Is
Like,
Jewel just gonna
literally.
nuke them from the woods?
Like, if we stood up, they'd be right in front of us.
Yeah, they're about 10 feet away.
Okay.
Jewel's got a sling. She's not really that good at it, but I think she's gonna take a shot.
Alright, can always give it a shot. Alright, so I need I think it's a ranged light attack.
Yeah, for some reason the sling is the default mage weapon, and I'm like,
Yeah.
skill for someone who doesn't.
So yeah, so it'll be an easy check, but you do have a setback because they do have defense. Basically, anytime you attack somebody, for the most part, you're gonna have a setback. And when they attack you, I gotta remember that part because I tend to forget it. All right, so what do you want to do with your advantage?
I'm gonna have that like the rock is gonna go whipping by between the two of them, And so then they're both going to turn and look like which way the rock went because they're pretty dumb. So now they're like wide open for someone. Like they have their backs turned to us. Someone else has got a huge advantage coming up on them.
All right. So yeah, as you fling the stone from your sling, snaps right between them. You see them both. Ah! They're both staring over to where it lands, and you see one of them kind of like walk over to go pick it up. The other one's watching them, so they both have their backs to the wood line.
Two goblins, unaware that they're in the middle of an ambush. Why did this rock fly past us? Someone trying to send us a message?
So what do you guys want to do?
Is Ula gonna take the shot and battle axe them?
I'll go running up to the one closest to us and try to axe him. Like, ah!
All right. Give me an average melee check. They'll get a boost because they have their back to you, but you get a setback because they're still armored.
Very good.
So yeah, what do you want to do with your advantage? Oh, what's the damage on your?
4.
Is that before the successes?
It's 4 base. That's not with my strength. That's not with my successes.
Okay, so what's your strength?
4
So your base damage will be 8.
plus 3 is 11.
Yep.
Wow.
All right. Any qualities?
Ula's strong.
Oh, yes, there is. Hold on.
How much of this goblin is going to be left?
Probably none, honestly. Cumbersome 3, that doesn't matter. Pierce 2, vicious 1. I'll be right back.
Doesn't even get the soak.
There are now 1 and 2 halves goblins.
All right. We ordered some food, so it's here. Just apparently the code for them to call up to us isn't working for some weird reason.
Is your code 911?
No, 002.
This has been much of my experience with delivery stuff. The
Well,
apartment I live in is like a black hole for any kind of delivery.
usually it's fine. It's just the past couple times it hasn't been working, which is kind of makes sense too, because there's times where I would, when they call up, to answer it, hit the button to let them in, and then you have to hang up afterwards, and it still wouldn't let them in. Like, it wouldn't unlock the door. And it'd take like 3 tries before it would actually work.
That's weird stuff.
Yeah.
That's one nice thing about having a house. I can click the button that says leave on porch. Because my dog will let me know when they're there anyway, so all I have to do is just pick it up and no human contact at all.
No, that's the way to do it.
Although one of the last times I ordered Chipotle, I got the absolute wrong thing. Like they just grabbed someone's And like this person literally just had a cheese and red bean burrito. Like that's all it was inside was cheese and beans and like sour cream. And I'm like, this is the most boring burrito ever.
I want mine, but I'm still gonna
We're
eat this
calling out
one.
someone here, unknown person whose delivery got swapped.
Yeah, they got a really nice burrito bowl with double chicken.
It's actually, well, that's not what we ordered, but yeah, we ordered Chipotle. Something quick and easy for tonight. I'm tempted to go and get my cord. Steal Amy's paint light. Put it behind my monitor. Alright, I guess I would take a couple minute break.
Sure. can't hurt.
Grab something to drink, get a bathroom really quick.
Will do.
Alright, so yeah, we'll just do a quick break.
He's in his bed.
Yeah, he's taken to liking sleeping down here.
What a good boy.
Sleepy puppy.
Yeah.
All right. So, Azula jumps out, wielding her great axe like a mad orc lady. Startles the two. They spin around, and their eyes go really huge. As she brings it down, the one starts to rush back to try to help defend his buddy. And as the axe comes down, it just goes through one with no resistance and straight through the other one. And they both just crumple.
Ooh, the strong.
Oops.
Overthinking it.
Yeah, we definitely got the element of surprise there.
That being said, Daniel will give a moment of silence for these two dead mooks. We don't know if they deserve to just get eviscerated or not.
Well,
They took over. They hostily took over this village.
Oh yeah, like
they're
he's
part
not
of the
gonna...
group that like were literally beating Garnd to death.
No, like Daniel's gonna fight them, but
Yeah, I mean, you'd
he
still
doesn't
kill a
have to. He
stormtrooper
won't
to get
relish
the
the
emperor.
killing. As prickly as he may seem, he's kind of a softie.
Alright, so let's see.
Does it look like that that attack drew any attention from some of the nearby goblin guards?
That's what I'm trying to.
Ah.
The RPG sessions being a pain. Nice little program, but. Alright. No.
So they didn't hear Ula's crazy scream.
Well, suppose.
No.
I suppose we just move in, get close as we can, and hit them as hard as we can.
Just imagine one goblin saying to the other, "Man, the owls are out early tonight."
So seeing this, you guys move in. Are you being trying to be stealthy or no?
Eh,
Well, Keela's going
sure, why not?
last. She is not stealthy at all.
Daniel will try to be sneaky, sure.
I mean, if you want the big old orc to try to be sneaky, blah, blah, blah. She certainly can try.
What would be our difficulty on such a check?
So if you're just going straight in, probably more of a hard since you're not trying to hide. If you're gonna try to use like some of the smaller huts, get an average, and you'll get a boost.
I'll use the huts.
Okay.
Are we trying to take out another set of guards?
I mean, I figured we were just gonna sneak up close and then hit the 6 out front as hard as we can.
Oh,
Better
let's
than
do
waiting
it
for
then.
another patrol, because they're so weak we can take them out in a single blow.
Jewel thinks she's trying to be stealthy, but she's also like so arrogant that she like doesn't really hide behind stuff. She just kind of assumes people can't see her as she kind of walks the slaloms up.
Not as bad as Ula.
Daniel only has one success because every time he looks over, he scoffs a little bit at Jewel. You call that stealth?
He's gonna try, but yeah, no.
Ula's like, she's like walking on her tiptoes, but that's like it. She's not like really doing anything else.
Crunch, 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 crunch. Just like shuffling through gravel.
Yeah, pretty much. She's kind of like on her tiptoes, but she can't figure out why everybody keeps still looking at her. Or what was that meme? The barbarian is hiding behind the tree.
See, I was thinking of Drax from Infinity War. I'm
Yep.
moving so incredibly slowly, you can't see me.
Alright, so yeah, you see Danelle just kind of bouncing between huts and getting closer. Jewel tries, but she's not trying to hide. She just walking along. Yeah, Ula's just she's trying, but she sticks out. Even when she tries to hunker down, she still stands above most of the huts.
I'm a 6-foot orc in a frickin' goblin village. What do you expect?
Right. So as Keela's getting closer, she happens to find where some of the firewood had been stored, and it's a lot of dry sticks, and just crunch, 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 crunch.
I imagine she did it all like, she's like super nervous and she's just kind of like, huh? What?
But, let's see.
Luckily, they're just
There's
as
no
bad as
way.
we are.
Apparently they're distracted.
These guards don't give a fuck. See, this is why I feel bad. They're not even trying to find us. They're like, "Can I take 0 on this roll?" I'm not interested.
So yeah, even with
They're
Ula just stomping around, they're just kind of like, pretty quiet. So yeah, you guys kind of somehow managed to sneak by them. Yeah, you're closer to the hut. From here, you're within short range. They're just kind of scattered around.
So my plan was to buff everyone with my magic. Do we want me to start with that so it can be like a wrestler entry song? Daniel just starts playing the lute and the party just walks out in front of the guards.
Yes, let's do it.
All right.
Coin to your witcher.
Let's cast a spell here. Let me check my difficulty.
Nah, we gotta go with Triple H's theme song, Motorhead. He's the only one I could think of off the top of my head besides like Sean, Heartbreak Kid, And I don't think we really want Sexy Boy playing.
So by default, that's an average. Normally, it would increase the difficulty to add an extra target, but my musical instrument counters that. So
Yep.
let's do this.
Well, counters the first one. So you can do 2, and then if you want to raise it up, you can. By one more, you can tag somebody else as well.
Well, I think the description in the core rulebook said that I can spend advantage to apply it.
Oh, that's right.
to
Yep.
next person. So it'll be 2 by default instead of 1 by default, and then
Yep.
everything
Then
else will just be based on the roll.
that's right.
Well, a couple people will get this.
All right. Who do you give the boost to?
I'm gonna give the boost to Ula. No, actually, Ula doesn't need it. I'm gonna give the boost to Jewel and to Key. Ula does not need the magic, but as this tune begins to play on the lute, you almost see the notes manifest around you, and you feel something swelling within you of strength. And I don't think it's actually a boost. I think the augment gives them an extra green die on their next roll. It's that strong.
Oh, damn.
That's what I have in my notes. I don't have the exact page of a core rulebook pulled up, but I think it's an extra green to their next check.
Check 215 from there. Yeah, I know it's something kind of along those lines. Because, yeah, augment is, I mean, it's pretty powerful. Alright, so what we'll do while he's looking at that is we'll do initiative. You guys can use cool since you're preparing this, whereas they get to use vigilance.
Yeah, you increase the ability of your next check by 1, so you add a green die effectively. And that's right on the bottom of page 215.
Alright, let me set the initiative order here.
So for perhaps the first time ever, I'm feeling proud about the choices I made with my XP. So far, I've already used 2 rolls on things I've upgraded. I feel like I always usually react. Like I think like, oh, last session I needed this, I'm gonna take it, and then I never use it again.
It feels really good to predict it before you get to use it. I bought a couple of talents this time around, so hopefully I'll get to use some of them.
I mean, cool and discipline are pretty easy ones to take too. You know, like yeah, we'll probably use those.
God. Alright, well. PC slot. Poor guys.
Can I run in?
Be our guest.
Ula has my permission.
Alright, so what are you doing?
Basically the same thing that I just did on the other 2 guards. I'm just gonna run in like, "Ah!" and like try to chop as many as I can with my great axe.
Okay.
What is that? Is that a easy or or
Average. Melee attacks will always be average. with 1 setback because armor. Ouch. Okay, so what's the credit on your axe? 3. Okay. So we got 8. 2 is 10.
Pierce 2, vicious 1.
So Pierce 2 takes off 2 of their soak. So yeah, how are you slashing them? You're dropping 1.
Yeah, so basically she just kind of runs in like, ah! And she just kind of swings at the first one and just whack, and just kind of like basically tries to chop him in half.
Okay, yeah, you easily, like, right from the waist, just hip to hip, your axe slides right through. You can feel it slide through, but I mean, it's still, like, nothing, there's no resistance to it. Alright. So that was maneuver to move. And alright, so PC slot for the next one.
And I'll pass a boost with my advantage.
Well, you have 2 advantage, so you can do.
I'll do for the next 2. So
Okay.
I won't pick. I'll just do next 2. Whoever's going.
Jewel will go. So it's 6 outside that we see. Is that what it is, or not 5 now?
Yeah, there's now 5 as 1 is laying in half on the ground.
There's still 6. It's just 1 is chopped in half. That's all.
We'll say 5 1/4.
All right, Jewel's gonna use some magic, and she's gonna add on. What was I just looking at? Yeah, we'll just go straight up attack. We won't add anything onto it.
Okay. So straight attack should be an easy Arcana check.
And you've got that extra green.
Yes. Is that just a one-shot deal?
Yeah, it's just for 1 round, just for your next check.
Oh, and another green on top of that.
Yeah.
All right, so it hits. So it's my four knowledge. So it's gonna be 9 damage, and then I've got 6 advantage to pass on.
Well, you could. So you'll take 2 strain for casting the spell, but you can easily recover that with what you got there.
Yeah, I'll take that back. I'm trying to see if
2 of your 6 advantage.
advantage for for magic.
And what does your magic look like?
Oh, it's like a gray green like shot that fires out
That's right.
my staff. I can't think of anything creative with that much advantage. I mean, I guess I can pass on some boosts.
Yeah.
3 people. Yeah, everyone else gets a boost, I guess.
Let's see. You can recover 2, which would still leave 4, so you could get 2 separate people boost.
Yeah, so since the two haven't gone this round, I'll give it to Keela and Danelle.
All right. So you guys see Jewel reach out with her staff and launch this gray-green bolt that slams into the chest of one of the goblins, and they pretty much explode. Just splatter, just black blood, gore all over the tent and their buddies next to him.
Since Ula's up there, she's gonna look back at Jewel and she's gonna be like, "Very nice. I like it."
Did you want?
She likes to kill things.
Did you want to use a maneuver to like move or anything?
Nah, I'll stay where I am.
Okay. So next PC slot.
I'll take it if you're not interested.
She's a little shocked by the green shot of that ended in goo. So yes, you can go.
All right, I'm going to use one of my new talents, and I'm going to use Dissonance. So the way this works is while wielding a musical instrument, I can do this to make an average, charm, or verse check. It doesn't specify that it's magical, though, so I'm not entirely sure. For each success generated, I can choose one enemy within medium range to suffer one wound, and for each advantage, one enemy affected by dissonance suffers one additional wound.
Okay. And then you also get a boost on top of that from Jewel.
Do I also get a boost from the second one from
Yep.
from Ula? Nice.
Yep.
All right, so 3 of the goblins are going to take damage as this screeching lute riff reaches their ears and just assaults their senses. You know what? I'm just going to go all in. I'm going to use before advantage to mean that one of them takes 5 wounds, and then the other 2 will just each take 1 wound.
All right. And I'm guessing, yeah, that'd probably bypass their soak since it's more mental.
I don't think it specifies, but it does say that it says they suffer wounds. I mean, I would assume it would bypass soak, but I'll leave
Yeah.
it to your discretion.
All right. So the well, you see them, all the goblins reach out, drop their weapons, reach up, grab their ears and their head, just start, and one by one just drop to the ground. And they just lay there motionless.
Did all 3 of them go down from that?
4 of them actually.
So are there any left?
Not outside.
Well, all right then.
Yeah.
Jewel's impressed. Jewel gives a good nod over to Neil.
Daniel will give a nod back, but it's a little condescending. It's just like, of course, naturally. Just
I
keeping
feel
his
like
snout
it's like
high. Chest puffed, like, yeah.
I feel like it's like, oh, you exploded one? Well, look what I did.
He's just gonna look at you both and just kind of silently whisper, "Wow."
Daniel will put his loot back on his back and have his sword at the ready for this next part, though.
Ula just looks at Cramson and kind of says the same thing she did to Jewel, like, I like it. Good job.
All right.
And then she wants to go right to the tent and unless somebody stops her, she's going to do this. She's just going to take her axe and push like the front curtain door thing open and just kind of stalk menacingly into the tent hut thing.
All right.
Jewel will follow behind a little ways, not too far, not right under her tail, but a couple 10 feet behind.
Yeah, Cramson's following. He'll be like not in the doorway, but essentially next to the doorway, ready to burst in if need be.
I think Key will stand next to Cramson.
So now we have the reverse of last week of who's in and who's out of the building.
Key's first intention isn't to murder, so
Well, Ula's really isn't either, but these guys hurt Garnt, and she doesn't like that. She doesn't like bullies.
just a reminder we need to talk to this dude. Is the only thing.
Oh, she knows.
So, as you walk in, shove your way through the makeshift door. You see sitting on a chair that's supposed to represent a throne, but it really doesn't. It's haphazardly put together with boards and sticks, anything they could slap together. You see a little bit larger goblin wearing, it almost looks like bone armor. Just you can see the rib cage is protecting his rib cage. He's got a skull for a helmet, and he's holding a staff. What do you want?
Are you Teek?
I am Teek.
Good. We have some questions for you.
Daniel can't help himself. He calls in, "We have a bone to pick with you."
That will actually, if we can see inside, Key will actually start giggling.
Honestly, Cramson will step inside. There's no reason to just sit on the door.
Yeah, I'll go with. But yeah, I start giggling at that comment, like almost obnoxiously.
Daniel says that. And he points his staff towards you guys. I would suggest you leave. Now. This is my village. Get out.
Good
You
boy.
are tiny, and you stole this village. I will not leave.
Here is a counterpoint as well. Your spiders. What's the deal with them? What do you gain from all that?
Those are my pets. As he says that, you see one just crawl across his chest towards his back. I make them. They are mine. They do what I tell them to do. Now, leave.
You tell them to do a lot of things lately in the nearby human village?
Yes. No. Maybe. I'm done talking with you. Get out. As soon as he says that, he slams the staff down. And
So if I have to roll a discipline check, would that extra green dice from Danil work for that? If I
Unfortunately,
choose
no,
to-
because it only lasts until the end of my next turn. So
Oh,
it's worn
son
off
of a
already.
bitch.
Okay.
Go.
So he failed the check but double triumphed.
Yep.
Interesting.
So, Danil and Ula, you feel something start to try to take almost control of your mind. There's just nope. You feel it recede back, but the two triumphs. You hear a rumbling. Not like it's not super loud, but you can even feel a vibration in the ground as you see a very large spider. We're talking close to Ula's height. Crawl up from a hole, kind of just off to the side of his makeshift throne. Now I need initiative.
Nope.
Cooler vigilance.
This one would be vigilance. Alright. Okay. So we have alright. So we got a PC slot.
Unless you want to try to buff people or something.
No, I think I might save my action, if only so I can try to dispel whatever he does for now. So go ahead and take an action if you want to just dunk on someone.
All right.
We lost him.
Yep. Trill's like, screw this, I'm out.
Does the spider count as a minion group?
Sure.
Why do you ask?
To go first and to use a story point for my heroic ability.
Oh, it's not actually a minion group.
The singular spider is not a minion group.
Then I'll still go first and not use a story point.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, what do you want to do?
I'm going to attack the spider. I'm going to cast a spell, use my attack magic at it, and I'm going to add the deadly skill to it. So it gains a critical rating of 2, and the attack also gains the vicious quality equal to my character's rank and knowledge, to be vicious 4.
God damn. Okay. Jules ready to lay down some serious magic.
Jules having no part of this spider.
What's
I
everybody
mean,
got
I
against
don't
spiders?
blame her.
That would hit.
All right, so it's 10 damage. And then, like I said, it has a critical rating of 2, which I don't think that does anything because I didn't. How does critical rating work with?
You need that much advantage to activate the crit.
Yep.
Okay, so that part fails, but it does have the vicious 4 on it.
Alright, so what's the damage total? 10?
10, yeah. And I'll use my 1 advantage to take back 1 strain.
Okay. So yeah, you see the... What does this magic look like? Or does it just look the same?
Yeah, this one has a hint of black in it along with the green. But it comes out much faster and much harder.
Okay. So yeah, you see Joel point her staff, recite some incantation, and you see her normal gray-green bolt come out. But this time there's almost looks like veins of black that swirl, and as soon as it hits, the spider rears back, and you see this massive wound just open up all across its bottom in the thorax. And once it comes down, it's kind of like stumbling. Okay. Anything else you want to do? Got a maneuver?
I guess I'd back away a little bit, but not in a way that shows me a chicken.
Alright. Kind of get more into like the doorway.
Yeah, or can I get around the tent a little bit, around the corner? I don't know.
Yeah, you can kind of back out a little bit. Alright. PC slot.
I'll take it. All right, so I am going to go running up to that spider with my lovely axe. I'm going to use Reckless Charge. It is a talent.
Okay.
After using a maneuver to engage an adversary, I may suffer 2 strain to add or to use the talent. I then add 2 successes and 2 threats to the results of the next combat check I make.
Okay. Are you going after the spider?
Yep.
Okay. So I need a. It will be a average attack. And then don't forget you can click on the things to add those on there.
That's it.
Hold on. Yep, apparently there's no defense. What?
Okie dokie.
I should give this spider armor.
You should not.
Let's go, faithful steed. Alright, you hit and you still have an advantage.
Sweet. Well, I'll use that to recover 1 of my strain. And so that would be 10.
Alright, and you are vicious 3?
Vicious 2.
Two.
No, Pierce 2,
Yeah.
vicious 1.
Yeah, pierce 2. Alright, how do you want to kill this spider?
Well, she's going to go up and she's going to do her little orc war yell because that's what she does. She likes to kill things that are evil. So she's like, ah! And she just drives her axe right into its head, like right where all the eyes are, and it's super gross.
Alright, so as the axe comes down, slams into the eyes of the spider, you get splashed with just this nasty, goopy blood. And, just crumples to the ground. As you pull the axe out, it's just a sickening, and you can see like tendrils of it sticking to it.
Jula's going to act knowingly, like this is why she stepped farther away to avoid the viscera.
Jules like, I knew she was going to do that.
Alright, PC slot.
I'll take this one. Daniel's actually going to spend a maneuver to rush up to Teek, and he's going to take a swing at him.
Ooh, okay. So be average difficulty with 1 setback.
Oof.
So as you go up to swing, he kind of leans back, brings his staff up, and just redirects your blade away.
Well, I'll give him a setback with that.
Okay.
As like my blade gets not exactly locked with his staff, but enough to keep his attention.
Alright. Now it comes to him. He is going to try this again. You know what? I'm gonna flip a story point to upgrade him. Because he's gonna add an extra person on here. Alright. So, Ula, Jewel, and Danil, you each take 7 damage as your mind is just racked with agonizing pain.
I'm assuming that ignores soak, right?
Yep. Trying to remember if disorient is active or passive. I want to say it's passive.
Well, I'm at 1 health.
He doesn't know what to do. Man, I should have put more ranks into discipline. Because she's pissed. Because Danil, I'm sure, is like stumbling.
Yeah, he took a hit from that.
Yeah, so disorient is not, it's an active, which is good for you guys because he. Oh, yeah, that's right. Hold on. I forgot to add that setback. Nope, apparently didn't matter. So yeah, but while he's doing that, the next person to act against him will get a boost from his threat.
That will be me. Can I use my boost on my discipline check? Because she's pissed and she wants to.
It'll be
Attack.
no, it's for the next person that goes to attack him, because he's still reciting his incantation for it.
Right, that would be me. But I have to do a discipline check to be able to use the magic.
Right.
So I know the boost would only be on the magic.
Yeah, because it's on the attack against him. So your discipline is for you. If you do an attack against him, that's where you get the boost.
Okay. She's gonna go for it. She's upset.
You can also flip a pip to upgrade that too.
I
We've
think
got
I'm
a
going
lot of
to.
pips.
So that gives me an additional green dice.
What is your attribute / skill?
Sorry. I accidentally clicked it a million times. It would be discipline. I have 1 yellow, 1 green.
Okay, so basically that green will turn into a yellow.
Okay.
So when you click on the skill, click the green die that appears, and then you can click to add another yellow.
Alright. What would the difficulty be on the discipline check? Because I'm pissed off and it's a life or death situation.
Average.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck
I could do
yeah.
this. She, for the first time ever, is going to attack
Okay, so
with her magic.
take 2 strain, just because you're still fighting with yourself mentally.
Yep. Nope. I'm okay with that.
But yeah, your triumph. How do you want to use your triumph?
Can I make that another boost for my roll?
Could a triumph even upgrade an attack?
Because this is
think
me
so.
like basically boosting myself up, getting myself prepared to attack. Like I'm like what I envision happens is that she sees everyone else kind of like stumble and like Danelle fall in front of her, watching this all play out, and like what will get loose from her is just guttural scream. Like,
Okay.
and then the attack would follow.
All right, here's what we'll do. Since you're using your anger and rage to throw your magic, get a dark side point. No, just kidding.
You were gonna make that joke.
I mean, come on. You can add 1 upgrade at no increase of difficulty.
So upgrade my green dice to a yellow.
No, 1 upgrade to your magic. So if you're going to attack, like you could throw on blast to it.
Oh, okay.
So basically, you can add an extra effect, and it won't cost.
So she could add deadly, and
Yep.
it wouldn't cost any extra.
Yep.
Ooh.
All right. Can I roll and decide what I want to add after? Do I have to decide now?
Decide now.
She's going deadly
All right.
then. So I only get the 1 boost for him being in the
Yes.
incantation?
Yep.
All right, what's the difficulty for the attack?
For an attack, it's going to be easy.
No setbacks?
Actually, 1 setback, because he does have a ranged defense. And being a magic user, too.
All right, let's do this. No.
Oh.
Damn. Wait. I have divine intervention, which means that I can once
Once the roll is made, you can decide which die to
which
remove.
dice to take off. So I am going to take off the purple dice with the 2 X's,
All
which
right.
turns that into 2 successes.
1 success.
1 success.
1 success.
So there you go. 1 success, 5 advantage.
All right. Now, what does deadly add to the spell?
I have to look that up.
It's a critical rating of 2, and then vicious equal to her knowledge, her ranks in knowledge.
Yeah, you've definitely got enough advantage to crit.
Okay, so what is your divine rank? No. No. Which knowledges do you have?
I just have adventuring and forbidden.
Okay. How many ranks do you have in forbidden?
1.
So it turns into a vicious 1. And you're gonna crit?
Damn right I'm going to crit.
Alright. So, let's see. 1 success. What's your base damage? Your base damage is gonna go off of your casting characteristic.
So divine or willpower?
Willpower.
2.
It was vicious 1. Alright,
Can I explain how it comes out?
by all means.
So she sees everyone fall. She lets loose this guttural scream, and all you see come like out of her hands as all of the spirals on her arm start glowing are these like prism like crystals, tons of them, like hundreds of them shooting out of her hands at this goblin.
That's not the right one. Alright, hold on. Don't think that's the right one. Okay. So he can suffer strain, so gets an extra wound.
And doesn't Vicious add 10 to the crit roll?
Yep, sorry about that. There we go. Okay, so he doesn't get any boosts.
That hit a little bit harder.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Or that I had to throw that on there. I don't know why the thing here doesn't have anything for crits.
A shame.
Yeah, was there a crit roll? I don't see it.
Well, I had
Oh,
to,
it's in the dice channel in Discord.
yeah, I had to use DCC or D1C3 because the RPG session, but the commands don't actually work for the damn thing.
Gotcha.
So, figure we'll use that for crits because at least that one we know works. All right, so yeah, the tendrils and everything reach out, and hit him, but it doesn't do as much as you were expecting it to. Like it hurt him, but not a lot. All right.
Fucker in his bone armor.
Oh yeah, that was that one. So now we're back to the top of the round.
I am wondering if you guys wouldn't mind if I use the first one to try to heal the nil.
Yeah, I won't
Go
say
for
no
it.
to that.
You can increase the amount of people healed.
I can?
Yeah,
it
it's under
makes it more
health.
difficult, but you
Can
can
I-
you can add more.
Yeah, I suppose I'd have to roll for magic again, though, if I was going to do it that way. Or do I, since I passed the check, am I okay?
Yeah, you're good for right now.
Okay, so then I'm going to do that. I'm going to do healing. And
Alright.
so if I include all three, would that make it a hard check?
Yes.
Come on.
Oof.
Well, you can recover a strain. I mean, you took 2 from last round, 2 now, so. Or you can pass a boost. Either way.
I'm just going to pass the boost on to whoever goes next because, I mean, I tried.
Okay.
The whole point was try to help you guys.
Do you want to use a maneuver to move or anything?
No, I'm okay standing far back from this dude.
Alright. PC.
Jewel would like to go again. She's pissed with this energy entering her mind.
Go for it.
Do it.
She's gonna cast back again with the deadly.
Alright. Let's go to an average with 1 setback.
Did keep pass advantage forward, right?
Yes.
Yeah, boost, yeah. And that will hit. And you have 3 advantage.
So it's 9 damage. I was wrong last time. I think I said critical 4, pierce 4 last time. It's only pierce 1. It's not the total number of ranks I have. It's just my highest one, right? Like I have 1 rank in knowledge adventuring, 1 in knowledge forbidden, 1 in knowledge lore.
Yeah, so it'd be 1. It's basically your ranks in that skill, or in that, in that skill.
Yeah, that makes more sense. So yeah, so it's one vicious, and then it does crit.
Okay. So, what was the damage? 9?
Correct.
And plus 20 then to the crit roll since he's suffered 1 and it's vicious 1.
Yep.
Hoo boy.
So if you want to go ahead and roll the crit, the exclamation crit plus 20.
Ooh.
What is that one?
Nice.
Increased difficulty of all skill checks until the end of the encounter.
Oh, damn.
No boost.
Nope.
Increased difficulties.
Ugh. Alright.
All right, for my advantages, I'm gonna pass forward 3 boosts. I'm just gonna eat my stream.
No, your advantages would have been your crit.
That's right. Yeah.
Alright.
Well, it was crit 2, so I guess you have 1. You could pass forward 1 boost, but that would be all.
Yeah.
All right, I'll do that.
Okay. PC?
Ula, you wanna fuck him up?
I would love to. Is there a setback because of his bones?
Yes.
And she's disorientated, right?
No, he didn't have the advantage to activate disorient.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna spend a story point to upgrade.
Alright. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that. Oops. Alright, so you hit. Vicious 3? Or, sorry,
It's vicious
Pierce.
1,
Pierce
pierce
2.
2.
Pierce 2. That's it. How do you want to kill him?
Well, after because she was kind of like that, with her head because of all of the psychological attack, but she manages to get out of it, and she goes running up to him, and she wants to just swipe with her axe at his neck, like right between where, the armor would be if there was any, and she just wants to cut his head off.
Alright. So Ula runs forward. After, even fighting through the pain. Just baseball bat swings her great axe, and you hear this sickening suctioning sound as it cleaves from right to left, or actually left to right. I guess it depends on what her dominant hand is. But anyways, cleaves through, and you hear a hollow thunk, 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 as the head just rolls to the side, kind of bounces off the wall and sits there. Body takes a couple seconds before it just crumples.
Ula is gonna go and pick up the head by the skull helmet, and she's just gonna look at it in the face, and she's gonna be like, "I told you you were tiny, and I wasn't leaving." And then she's going to just throw it.
All right.
Daniel's just going to sit on the floor for a moment and just, that smarted a bit.
He's gonna attempt to heal him because he looks worse than anyone else.
All right.
I appreciate it, but I'm fine. I can still
She
walk.
just doesn't care.
I can
Would
walk
it
it off.
Easy,
Would this be an easy since I'm just trying him?
Yes.
There's only a little bit of internal bleeding. Simple thing does.
She's just not listening at all, and she just casts the spell.
No,
She's in a zone right now. The triumph, I'm now like more thinking like it just made her feel confident in casting spells.
How many wounds do I get back from that?
It's 2 plus my intelligence, right? Or my ranks.
So I'm checking really quick.
I'm looking it up too.
It says 1 wound per uncanceled success and 1 strain per uncanceled advantage.
Yeah. I thought there was something like more to it.
So you gain back 2 wound and 2 strain.
Not too
You
shabby.
don't have to worry about your strain, I guess, but yeah.
I was down.
Now
to
you're
roll
not going to die yet.
Well, thank you, I suppose. I appreciate it.
So, as you guys are doing that, you hear a little kind of a crash from behind you. And you see Garn come running in, blade. Aww. Kind of like kicks the body of the spider and turns and walks out.
Garnd, you can have his helmet if you want.
He comes back and he's like, ooh. Actually takes the helmet, puts it on, grabs the head, just dragging it like a disappointed little child. Just leaving this black trail of blood. Goes out, finds just a really shoddy spear, sticks it up by the tent, and just like plops down.
When Ula sees it that he put the head on a pike, she just walks over and like pats him on the head.
Okay. So let's do a quick little break,
Sure.
and then we'll come back and finish this off. And we're back. Alright. So Garn's outside. Bula's outside. Spider and Goblin are still inside.
Dead.
Indeed.
D-E-E, or D-E-D, dead. I can't even misspell dead.
Would I be able to look around using my knowledge forbidden to see if he had any writings or any kind of item that he shouldn't have had that he was using to create these spiders?
So you can use that, or, I mean, even just a regular perception check.
Yeah, Daniel
My-
will also just make a regular perception to find the notes and then have Key interpret them.
Okay.
My knowledge forbidden is higher than my perception, so
That's fine. Basically, what you're doing is, instead of just looking to see what he had, you're looking for, I'm gonna assume, specific, like, arcane
yeah.
type items. Okay.
Is there a difficulty?
Give me an average.
Jewel is interested in the forbidden part too, so she'll give a boost.
Yep.
Mine's trying to roll.
Mine's trying to roll too.
Yeah,
RPG sessions has just been kind of intermittent.
Yeah, it's been really weird. I keep getting, like, disconnected from it.
Oh, there they both went.
Oh,
I missed the boost. Did nothing. And I saw nothing. But Cramson saw something.
Good thing he was going to have you interpret to them.
Yeah.
Alright, so, yeah, looking around, you're not really finding a whole lot. You do find like 2 small vials, kind of a reddish liquid in it. Danil, you digging around, you come across a thick tome. Looks fairly old. Start flipping through it. The writing doesn't make a whole lot of sense to you. It's just, it looks, I mean, with your studies and such, it looks very old.
yeah, this bad boy's got all kinds of dark magic in it. Couldn't take any courses in it, sadly. The dark arts teacher was fired unexpectedly. The school apparently had a habit of that. But
Was he a
Daniel
werewolf?
will let the rest of the
Or
party
was
know.
he just evil?
Did he have a spirit attached to the back of his head?
Weirdest thing.
Honestly, I think the last one was just kind of a fascist. I hear she was just quite unpleasant to work with.
Did she wear pink a lot?
But Daniel's gonna raise up a book and say, I think I may have found something relevant. Unfortunately, I can't really interpret this writing, but hopefully one among us can.
I'll roll. Would it be knowledge forbidden again?
Yep, this one will be a hard.
Jewel's gonna see if she can figure it out too.
That'll give you a boost. Anybody else?
Ula's gonna walk back in. She's not gonna try to do anything, but she's gonna just like walk in and see what everybody's doing since she went out and patted Garnd on the head and not
Are-
much going on.
3, right?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
So yeah, when you go back in, you see Jewel and Key kind of reading over a book. All right. So yeah, as you're looking through it, at first it doesn't make, like, the first couple pages don't make a whole lot of sense. But the more you start trying to read, it's almost as if the lettering in the book starts to shift and becomes very clear to you.
Are you dyslexic? Are you hardwired to read ancient Greek?
Boo.
Dear God, I hope so.
I just had to throw that in there. We already did Harry Potter, so.
The spirit of Rick Riordan walks among us.
As you start reading through it, you feel almost something in the back of your mind start to, almost like it's trying to claw its way out.
I shut the tome.
So, go ahead and take 2 strain.
Yeah, this book is evil. The book itself is evil.
Jules gonna offer to protect Keela from that evil by taking the book.
But yeah,
Daniel's gonna give a very narrow squint at that, like.
Key will warn Jewel, do not read that book. Was I able to glean anything out of it, like couple hundred years old, it's from this faction, anything like that?
Yes, so... Hold on, let me get this damn thing to work right. There we go. And of course this thing isn't working right. Alright, so with the Triumph, you're able to pick it out, as this book is close to about 430 years old. And it was written by a mage that was cast out from the mage guild, or one of the mage guilds, for practicing blood magic.
I relay this to Jewel and Cramson, and I just reiterate again, this is deep, bad blood magic. This should be sealed, thrown away.
I can chop it in half for you.
And yet, we do need a little more information to curb the spiders.
I would suggest not using this book to find out.
So the creator of it was Arala the Red.
Arallah.
Yes.
I will let them know that as well.
I assume Arala the Red was one of the original members of the Red Hot Chili Pepper goblins and probably only wore a sock.
Yeah, he was kicked out because he always, sang off key.
Did he give it away now, that book?
Give it away, give it away, give it away now.
He gave it away under the bridge or under the boardwalk.
Well, let's assume.
Well, it was under the
It's
bridge
all-
downtown there where he drew some blood.
I suppose we shall just have to trust in your good discretion with this knowledge, Venjul.
Yes, I will be very careful.
So you
I
guys are-
think it's the pause that killed me there.
So as you guys are discussing this, Garn comes in, strips the bone armor off of Teek, and starts putting it on.
Yeah, fair's fair.
Fair is definitely fair. I do feel like Ula should check it for magic traces just to be safe.
I
Suppose I
mean,
could too, but
everybody can, but I can do that if you'd like.
you're the only one I've seen do it, so that's why I just kind of look at you and I'm like, check. Can you make sure?
I'll activate detect magic on to see about the armor
Okay.
as Garnd is trying to put it on.
So as he's putting it on, looks fine. Nothing to it.
If you just give me some sort of like indication of that, it'll make Key's anxiety go away.
However, the staff that's laying next to the body kind of shimmers.
Okay. Ula's gonna go ahead and she's gonna shrug at Key, but she's gonna walk over and grab the staff before Garn does.
Okay. Alright. So you are now holding a bone staff.
All right. Well, I am going to.
Could I make like a knowledge lore check to try and figure out what it is and how it works, or like what bonuses we would get from using it? I guess.
Sure, I'm gonna show you something funny.
Uh,
This is how he
He's-
cleans his belly. Girls call it
Time for his sit-ups.
this is roly poly.
Oh,
Yeah, he'll do that for a little while.
Pip has literally only just changed positions. He's been sleeping this entire time.
oh.
Lazy puppy.
Totally
What would-
lazy.
What would be the difficulty on my lore check to figure out this staff?
I mean, Ula will hand it to you so you can look at it closer. She just noticed that there was magic, so she didn't want Garn to grab it and go all evil or something.
I'm glad you did because I had 100% forgotten he had a magic staff.
Well, actually, it was Key's idea. She told me
Again,
to check the armor. Armor was fine, but
Thank you, plural.
She worked too damn hard and lost too damn much for this little goblin to die.
We'll go with a. It's an average.
Boo. Yeah, I've honestly got no idea. Different branch. Was never my specialty, you know.
I suppose I could roll forbidden again.
You could indeed.
Let's give it a shot.
That'll do.
He is our knowledge person today.
Seriously.
All right. So, you know, well, after studying for a while, you kind of figured out that those who use these type of stabs, the bone, this material, whenever they use or make an attack using magic, the first range effect is already added. But also, if the spell inflicts one wound, or at least one wound, the caster will heal one wound. So basically, it kind of siphons life off of the target and puts it into the wielder.
She's not, with a very unimpressed look on her face, she tells the rest of the group what it does when Garn's not there. This thing essentially is a life suck.
Jewel is interested.
I was waiting for that.
And Jewel wants to make. Let me think here. Jewel's gonna show. She wants to do like a leadership, like to show that it's better that this is again in her hands. She knows more about this. She's been to college.
I think you need to role play that out with us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, key that staff there looks like something that I have previously studied. It's dangerous, but it's also useful.
Useful how?
Well, you know how in this battle we all took injuries and wounds, and this is an ability to heal. It would, just like you have the power to help all of us, this would also give the user power to be able to heal some of the damage that was inflicted by them by bad people.
Yes, but this staff hasn't been used against bad people.
No, it's been used against good people like us.
But does that make it right to use it back?
And we would only use it against people who were bad.
I think that's subjective. I don't think the people that we're attacking thinks that we're bad or good people.
But we use other instruments against these people. Why not use this one?
Because this was created for bad purpose.
But couldn't purposes be subjective too, that only the user would decide whether they're good or bad?
Ula's just kind of watching, and like when everybody has a good point, she's kind of like,
Daniel
"Yeah,
just kind of
that's a good point."
out. He's just here to watch Jewel squirm a little bit.
and every time, so when Jewel makes a good point, she's like, and when Key makes a good point, she's like, that's also a good point.
But Those of us who are good must use every instrument available to us to defeat evil, because evil will use every instrument against those of us who are good.
And who's got the check on those with these kinds of tools of power?
You and me.
I'm just
So what you're
saying.
saying is that if I let you take this, I am the check on your power?
Yes, we all check each other. We're all four of us are working towards one common goal.
I just see a tennis match. Tunk, 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 tunk.
She looks at you and she goes, if you do anything that I feel is abusing the power of this staff, I will find a way to destroy it and you.
I will give it back to you at the first time that you ask for it.
Fine. She hands it.
I feel like Cramson and Ula both did the oh
Yeah.
face at that.
Oh snap!
Key's seen enough tools in the wrong hands to give it up lightly. She doesn't want to use it though. Like, the fact that it steals life from someone else to heal her would make her feel even worse.
Yeah.
New toys.
What does the staff look like? I mean, it's not a spider staff, is it?
Coward. No, it's it's on the bottom of it has like a almost like a copper claw. But on the rest of it, it just looks like bones fused together all the way up.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure there wasn't like a spider on the top or something, because that just seems like that's how it would go today and last week.
Now, if there's a spider on top, Key would have definitely destroyed that part before giving it to Jewel.
Well, I suppose we found what we came here for. I don't think there's much else we can do to help or harm anyone here.
Yes, well, Teek's definitely not conjuring any more spiders anytime soon.
True, although we're no closer to discovering how to undo what he has done. Perhaps the best time is to return to the apothecary and see if she's returned yet.
Yes, we might want to do a little more digging too about the history of Arala. There might be something there, because this tome, which Key still has the tome. She's going to put it in her backpack.
She didn't give that to Jewel?
No, she did not give that to Jewel yet. Jewel did not successfully convince her for that one yet. But Key will put the tome away and say the Key might be learning more about Arala and his history of blood magic.
I concur.
It won't come from this book. Nothing good will come from this book.
How do we know that the antidote is not in that book?
Do you remember during that fight just now when something took hold of your mind?
Yes.
The book tried to do that to me.
So we're back here like in a Ginny Weasley, like Harry Potter thing again.
Yeah. We're just not in a position right now we need to find a better space in which to, if we're going to utilize this book, we need to be in a safer space.
I'm not debating that. I'm just saying that the antidote might be in that book. We don't have to use it here.
Yeah, let's regroup. and go from there.
Do we want to ask Gorm if he knows where the Red Spear village is from here? He might not know if they were attacked, but
It seemed like they set up camp here, but we can certainly ask.
right. They had to come from somewhere. I don't think this is all of them, is what I was thinking. Or do we want to just go back to that apothecary's place? Is that what you were thinking?
I don't necessarily think we need to go back there because she left.
Well, I mean, we don't have to. I was just gonna suggesting in case she came back, we could check and see what she's been doing all day. I think the other red spears travel around. I'm not sure Garnt knows where the others are, but you can feel free to ask him.
Even if he did.
She could just have like book club. Like she goes and drinks wine, and they pretend to talk about a book. Like Tuesday.
That's true. And in all reality, she might have a little knowledge on this tome, too. I think we might need to be seeking out someone that might have a little more knowledge than she does.
Agreed.
Well, I think that we can ask Garnd if he knows anything else about the Red Spears. We don't have to necessarily be hunting them down right now, because I think that right now our main focus should be ending this spider plague. So to do that, I do think we should check in with Duella, because she had dissected that other one. Maybe when she left, she was going to see somebody she knew that knew more about certain magics. I just think we should check in with Duella to see if there's anything she's found out that maybe combined with other knowledge, we can figure this out.
She'll good with that.
He shall follow.
No issues here.
All right, so you guys head back to Dwellis?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that seems like a lot that we've done today. We deserve to go and rest and regain our strain.
And wounds.
Right. And then when we are back, I do have apothecary. I think I have another talent. So when people
I
are
also
healing
have
now,
the apothecary talent too.
Yeah, so like between the two of us, we should be able to heal everybody's wounds back up to normal, because it's all about natural healing rates and accelerating them.
Yep. Well, it depends on how you go about it, because it's... So, you can help enhance the healing the natural healing, but unless you're using something like I want to say it's like a regeneration potion, you still have to let the body heal naturally. So it won't go all the way up, but as you rest, you'll start to heal back up.
Yeah, the talent just lets us add additional wounds healed whenever people rest. In my case, it's 2 extra.
Okay.
Yep, mine would also be 2 extra.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, at least between the two of us,
Yeah.
that'll get everyone up a little bit more.
Yep. All right. Yeah, takes you guys, close to 3 hours to get back. It's been a long day. Marching out, doing all that, marching back, dealing with that, giant ass spider. You guys sit in, begin to rest. You'll, just let your mind relax, your body ease. Dwala is not returned yet. Garn's there. He starts making some food.
I'm guessing he's doing it in his bone armor.
Oh yeah, he's wearing that. He's proud of that. When you have armor, when you're a goblin, that means you're somebody.
Ula approves.
Key finds it cute. Like he's a puppy or something.
Don't tell
It's-
him
it's
that.
Oh, I'm keeping
valuable
my mouth
piece of
shut.
equipment for him.
So yeah, as the night goes on. Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Oh no, go ahead. Yeah, I didn't have anything to add really.
Oh, I was just gonna say. So as the night goes on, exhaustion just sets in, and you all fall asleep. And that's where we'll end it for tonight.
Sounds good.
Alright. So yeah, that's tonight's session. Woohoo!
That was
It's a
fun.
good time.
Yes.
Ooh, decapitating people.
Left and right.
Truth.
Ula just shredding people. And we haven't even seen you activate your heroic ability yet.
My heroic ability is more defensive.
That's the point, though. No one's ever even threatened you to that point.
True.
Yeah. Alright, well. Hopefully everybody had fun.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah.
Alright, so I'm gonna sign off the stream for tonight.
Sounds good.
Anybody watching? Thanks for sticking with us. Bye bye.
Keep your stick on the ice.